Hey everybody, Coach Dave here. Welcome to our live broadcast. We are on 6 social media live streams at one time with one camera, one microphone, and hopefully a lot of people. Welcome and come on in. I see we have Dr. Landry, Natasha, Bronto. Appreciate it. Come on in. If you're watching this on the replay or if you're watching it live, please swipe and follow, share and like. Subscribe and tap hearts. Get this out to many people as you can because we're here to help as many as possible. Welcome everybody. Today's broadcast is about positive scoping at this point. Positive coping skills work. Hi, I'm Coach Dave. I'm a life coach. I'm a life fulfillment coach. I help people who feel stuck in life find their focus and vision, and then I coach them through a process to help them realize their goals and dreams. Welcome to my show. We are live streaming on 6 live media streams indicated over there on that side. AD Walker, everybody, is in the house. Welcome, AD. Come on in. Tonight we're going to talk about coping skills, not scoping skills, which is really close, but we're going to talk about coping skills. And you know, when you've got some problems going on, and sometimes you just need to be able to deal with it, as they say, right? Deal with it. So we're going to definitely talk about some skills to deal with it. Let me tell you a little bit about a partner of mine here on Periscope. Her name is Shannon, and she is with Survive and Thrive. She has an event coming up on October 14th in Stockton, California. It's called Survive and Thrive Live. Shannon is a cancer survivor. Cancer survivor, yes. And she has survived breast cancer, and she is helping other people survive cancer and be treated for cancer and get the victory over it and get their life back. So that's what she's all about. Get your life back after cancer is one of her biggest things. She is selling tickets for live streaming events. If you can't be there, you can be there by live stream for $27 if you go to bit.ly/IWillSurvive17. And if you can be there in person, go to bit.ly/Survive and Thrive Live. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it, guys. Survive and Thrive Live. And you can see that Thank You Revolutionize. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for inviting your followers. Survive and Thrive Live there, bit.ly Survive and Thrive Live for the $47 tickets. She is also selling sponsorship on what she calls her big cup. You can put your name, your company, your logo, your slogan on the front of that cup, and everyone will see it while she is streaming her broadcast every night and in the mornings too. I'm not sure if she sponsors it in the mornings, but every night she's got a sponsor on there. It is bit.ly/Survive and Thrive sponsor for that link. And also, if you want to be a vendor at her event, go to bit.ly/Survive and Thrive Live vendor. And if you want to be a volunteer, bit.ly/Survive and Thrive volunteer. And she also supports some other good causes. You can see at bit.ly/fundraising for good. Well, that's a whole lot of bit.lys. And my gosh, welcome everybody. Come on in. Feel free to ask questions, make comments, be involved in this community. We are putting together a community of people that care about people, and we are here to help each other. So thank you for coming on in. I see all the hearts that went up there. Appreciate that. And all of the sharing and following and all that stuff. You can even tweet the president and see if he can pop on in here. I think he has a Scope account. I'm not sure. But welcome, Nick. Come on in. Tonight we're talking about coping skills. And I want to share with you just some ways that when tough things happen in your life, you can deal with it. Okay, there was a point at which I was having to deal with a lot of stuff in my life, and I couldn't even figure out what a coping skill was. I was in a therapy group, and one of the leaders in the group said, okay, here's what we do, guys. I gave you a packet. It's got some handouts in it, and on the green page, pull out that green page because it has coping skills. Hi, Nick. And I said, coping skills. Excuse me, can I ask a question? He said, yeah. I said, what's a coping skill? And he kind of rolled his eyes a little bit. He said, okay, I've got a new guy here. We're going to tell him what a coping skill is. a coping skill is anything that you can do to help you. Yeah, welcome back, Egg Drop. Hey, wait, he's saying the same thing? No. Blake, thanks. Come on in. Hi there. He said a coping skill is anything that you can do to get your mind to stop focusing on all those bad things and just do something. Okay? It's kind of putting yourself in neutral so that you're not continually going downhill. You're not continually dragging yourself down. So here's some coping skills. I just want to share a bunch of these. I've got quite a list. I don't know if I'm going to share them all, but I'm going to share some of them. And a lot of these things may be good for you to do a little bit of. Like I see the first one, I looked at it, I don't know if they want to do a lot of that. Some of them are good to do just a little bit of, okay? And this first one is good if you really have to, if there's no other way to get your mind off of all your troubles than to sleep. That's a coping skill. It's a really simple way to just get your mind off it and sleep. So welcome, Diego. And so if you are having so much trouble and you can't get your mind off of things and you need to get your mind in neutral, sleep is a good coping skill. You don't want to do it for your whole life. You don't even want to do it for the whole morning. I know I've got a couple of friends that have a little bit too much sleep, and it really can sap you and take the life out of you. But enough sleep is a good thing. It helps you. Healthy diet. Okay, you could make some recipes. You could look online for some healthy diet recipes. There's lots of sites that have it. Q-Tis, thank you for coming in. Thank you. Good to see you. You can work on your diet. You can work on your recipes. You can be in the kitchen and make some food instead of thinking about all the bad things that may be going on around you. Hydration. Hydration is a good one. If you are not hydrated, if you have not enough water in your system, in your body, you'll be overstressed. Drinking water will help bring down your stress, and it will help you out. It's a good coping skill. Another one, low impact exercise. You know, this is a really good one for just about everybody, because low impact exercise, where's the best place for low impact exercise? Does anybody know? I'll tell you. It's in the swimming pool. It's right, in fact, let me show you. I'll show you exactly where it is. Low impact exercise. No, that's not it. Right here. Okay. There you go. You got a swimming pool. You got your low impact exercise. You can join an aqua aerobics class. You could go there, and if you're exercising, you're probably not thinking about your troubles. So you can have low impact exercise. It's either swimming or yoga or stretching. You can go for a walk. If you go for a walk, try to leave your troubles inside the door, lock them in, go for a walk, and stop thinking about the negative things, okay? These are just some ideas. If you guys have some ideas of things you can do, they're probably on my list, but we can go through those, and if you mention one or two, hey, let's share with each other. Let's share the fact that we are imperfect humans, like my last scope from last night. We are imperfect humans, and we can do a lot to go out there and exercise or do things that take our mind off of things. And if I'm reaching some of your hot buttons, tap on that screen and show some of those hearts. I really appreciate that. I need as many of those as I can get. I'm kind of low on the totem pole because I'm just beginning this. So everybody's out there saying, I've got millions, and I go, hey, I have thousands. So anyway, thank you. I really appreciate that. But right now, let's go on. Deep breathing. Deep breathing is a really good way. You know, they say that deep breathing not only slows your heart rate and lets you lose some of your stress, but it helps you cope. It helps your mind come off of those things. And you can do deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, count to 3, do it over and over again. And it is actually a form of meditation. A lot of people use deep breathing for meditation, and they just concentrate on the breath and actually feeling the breath. It's also a form of mindfulness, and mindfulness may be on this list. I don't know if it is. If you haven't checked out mindfulness, there was one point in time where I needed mindfulness to help me really get a handle on my emotions that were so out of control with so many things on my shoulders, and it worked. It worked. Okay. Next one is laughter. How many people know that laughing is funny? I mean, there's even a guy on Scope here that what is he? Who is that guy that does the high face? He is hilarious. I watch some of his scopes. He does a high face. He smacks his face into the camera. Hi, Wanaki. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. We're talking about some coping skills to take care of our stress. We're going to reduce our stress here. Another coping skill is after laughing comes face, anger, anxiety, and apathy. Okay? I think what they're talking about here is just face it. Just say, hey, I know. Okay, cool. It's good to have you here. Even if just for a minute, share it out. I really appreciate it, and retweet it if you don't mind. And thank you for coming in. Yeah, face your anger, anxiety, and apathy. If you admit things, a lot of times it'll take a lot of stress off. Thank you for inviting. It'll take a lot of stress off. Also, another one they have listed right after this: journal your negative emotions. Okay, it's not good to concentrate on them, but if you can journal them, if you can get a notebook and write them down, then you can understand them. It's amazing what happens. Hi, Dr. Landry. It's amazing what happens when you just write things down and your brain gets to work on it. There's a certain thing that happens between your mind, your muscles in your hand, and the paper, and it can help eliminate your stress just to write these things down. Here's a good one. Say no to bad habits. Okay? And this so includes addictions, things that I was talking about last night that really hang you up. Say no to bad habits. Not only will you be doing something better for yourself, but you'll also be able to pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself. Hi, Kissy, welcome. You'll be able to congratulate yourself on doing something good, and that will help you be able to face these things. Okay, another one is, hi, hello there, welcome, come on in and share it out to your followers and hit a bunch of hearts. We love hearts. Another thing to do is to connect with others. Okay, you may not realize that this is a coping skill, but connecting with others can lower your stress. Why? Because you can get together and just have some good times and not have to talk about all these pressures that are on you, and get some friends that are real and get some friends that will be real and honest with you. Thank you for inviting. And those kinds of friends are always de-stressors in your life, and hang around those kinds of people that are low stress, low pain, a low demand on you. Another one is join support groups or counseling. Okay, this is a really great way to cope with your stresses and anxieties, is to get in a support group. One of the best things I think I ever did was I put myself in a place where my doctor said, okay, hey, what you need to do is you need to go to this program. It's an outpatient program all week long, and go ahead and go in that group. And I went in that group for 2 weeks, for 5 days a week, for about 3 or 4 hours a day, and I learned so much about myself. It was amazing. It was amazing. So these are really good things to help you cope with these pressures in life. We all have these pressures. Another one is join a hobby which involves others. Okay, again, the community thing. Actually, you can come on Scope and you can hop in any of these broadcasts that I do, and we're glad to have you come in. We'll share with you and you can share with us. We'll be real with you and you can be real with us, and someone here has a word of encouragement for you. It might be me, it might be Dr. Landry, it might be it might be A.D. Walker, it might be Paul. Paul, welcome. Jordan Carter, welcome. It might be Jordan Carter that has a word of encouragement for all of us today. You just don't know. So that's what this is about. We're a bunch of people that want to hop in a place where we got a bunch of other people that will help us. Another thing you can do as a coping skill, these are positive coping skills, by the way. There are a bunch of negative ones that include violence and addictions and substance abuse, all that kind of stuff. We don't want any of those. We want positive coping skills. So I got 2 whole pages here. These are positive coping skills. Making cake. All right, that's a coping skill right there. And Dr. Landry, I understand your cakes are the best along with your bread. I hear really good reports from Shannon for Humanities that your cakes are awesome. So you never know. If you ever have any extra, I'll give you my address and you can mail them up to me. Okay. Oh, look, the next one is say no. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with what I just asked. Okay, the next positive coping skill is affection from pets or people. This is a really good one. You know, they call dogs and cats, they call them therapy animals. And now you can ask your doctor to prescribe a therapy pet for you. And you can take your therapy pet anywhere. You usually can't take pets if they're not a prescription. So you can have a prescription pet, and you can take your dog into the restaurant with you. You can take your dog into all those other kinds of places. PJ, I like that. And so, you know, a pet or a person who can just hold you close, or you could hold them. That's a really great positive thing to do. Here's another one: daily planning time. Take some time out of your schedule. You know, I was going to do my scope tonight on 15 things, 15 time savers that ultra successful people do. I was going to do that, but I think this is just the one time saver that we need right now in this situation. A positive coping skill is time planning, daily planning. And just get out your planner and just say, you know, in fact, you could even schedule yourself for a time every day where you just have no stress. Put a no stress block on your, hi Jay, welcome, come on in. Put a no stress block on your planner for every day. Make it early in the morning, 30 minutes, I'm not going to stress about anything. Welcome, Resolutionize. I like that name, Resolution Zone. Resolution Zone. And Beth Hoover, welcome Beth. So you can plan and schedule a time every day that you have no stress. Make it your no stress block. Make it your freedom from stress block. And it could be half an hour, it could be an hour, it could be 10 minutes. You don't have to overtax your schedule by pulling out a whole bunch of time that you don't have. Make it 10 minutes. At 6:10, you're going to go to 6:20, and you're not going to think about stressful things. If necessary, get a picture and some marking pens and color it. That's one of the coping techniques that I used and I still use from time to time. I'll get a line picture from the internet, I'll download it, and I'll take my markers and I'll color it. And it doesn't matter if I'm good, it doesn't matter if I stay in the lines, but it does work to just sit down and take 10 minutes out to do something with your hands that your mind doesn't even track. Thank you for inviting, Beth. I really appreciate that. And thank you guys for all the hearts. We have quite a bunch of hearts. We've got 1,600 hearts so far in this broadcast, so I really appreciate that. I can use all the hearts I can get. I'm a newbie, so please, please, please tap on your screen if you're in Periscope. I really appreciate that. Here's another one after the daily planning time. List lifetime goals. Now, don't let this stress you out. If any of these on this list stress you out, go to the next one on the list, watch this scope again, and pick something else on the list. Patricia Ann Johnson. Hi, Patricia Ann Johnson. Welcome. Welcome to 6 at 6 Live. That's the new name of the show, 6 at 6 Live with Coach Dave. All right, this is a positive coping skill. List your lifetime goals. This is kind of like your bucket list. If I could do anything, what would I do today, right now? If time and finances and distance weren't an option, what would I do right now? I would go ahead and get a comfort pet and sit there and pet my puppy dog while I watch TV. I'd do that for half an hour, maybe an hour. If it's a really good show, I'll watch the whole show. Okay, so you can do all that. Here's another one, read. Pick something that just you don't usually read. And here's a way to get your mind off of all of your stress. If your mind is entwined in something that is not what you usually think about, you're going to be concentrating more on it. So pick a type of book you don't usually read. If you used to reading books about hardware or books about crafting, pick a book about the Wild Wild West and read this book about the Wild Wild West, and just go off in somewhere where your mind isn't usually tracking and your mind doesn't usually stress in that area. Go ahead and go off in that area and you will find yourself stressing less. Okay. I'll stop a little bit and explain that. Dr. Landry it's awesome that you asked me to do this. Fred, welcome. Come on in. I'm going to just explain a little bit before I go back to the main topic. This is a live stream. I call it 6 at 6 because I'm at 6 o'clock, but the 6 on the other side is these live streams over here. You see that? YouTube, Periscope, Facebook. That next one is Twitch TV. This one is Streamy, and that one is Mixer. All 6 of these networks are getting driving. Okay, be careful then. All 6 of these networks that you see on this are getting the same signal at the same time right now from one camera, one microphone. And that's it. This camera, this microphone, and 6 live streams. Also, this chat window here, any one of these networks, you can be on YouTube, you can be on Twitch, you can be on Streamy, you can be on Mixer, and you can type in the chat channel, and you can be seen here on Periscope by typing in the channel there. I'm actually not on Periscope, I'm on all of them all at once. So any of the networks can see the typed in chat. Any of the networks can say hi across the world because there are people from all the networks that are seeing this chat. We had a couple people, I'm new on a few of these networks, but we had a couple people come in from StreamMe, the Red S, the other night, and they were like, hey, do you see me? And I was like, yeah, of course we see you. See you right there in the chat window. So right there in the chat window, we've got all 6 networks. Facebook can't type in there yet, but they can see it. But we're working on getting Facebook to be able to type in there. Everybody else, you type in there, they'll see it all the way across. Welcome, Rich Christie. Welcome, Joe King. Welcome, Joanne. Man, everybody is hopping in here. So, no sound for you on Periscope? Okay. Somebody tell them if there's no sound, hop out and hop back in. And most likely it's just a server connection issue. So the next, I'm going to go back to the positive coping skills. The next one is, yes, appreciate all of you for coming in, definitely. The next positive coping skill is to volunteer. And I'm sure Dr. Landry can say that is good. Are you getting my sound? You hearing me? All right. So I'm sure that the positive coping skills of volunteering are working. So that's definitely a good one. Being able to give to others in volunteering will make you have less. It will make you have less stress. And we've only got a few more, so this is kind of getting close to the end, and I'm glad for that because I want to do one more advertisement for Shannon. I always try to give to someone else on my streams, and so I have a spot where I tell you about what somebody else is doing. Okay, Joanne, still no sound. Okay, if somebody can type to Joanne, jump back out and back in. I didn't see whether or not she did that. I really would appreciate it if you say, Joanne, jump out of scope or out of the stream and back in, and that should do it. Another coping skill is pray. A lot of us don't realize, welcome Mina, a lot of us don't realize that praying takes you out of your stress because you're praying for somebody else. That is a very good coping skill. Okay, in the kitchen baking. All right, cool. Next is get in touch with nature. Again, they say go ahead and go for a nature walk. It's great. It's wonderful to see the trees, to feel the wind in your hair, to see. We have, in my little town here, we have the second largest city park in the United States. The only larger city park in the United States is Central Park in New York City. In our city here, we have the second largest city park. Only Central Park in New York City is bigger. So I go ahead and I go out to I go out to the park and I walk around, and there's bike paths and there's people and there's a little swimming area and there's water coming down. It's beautiful. Go out in nature and commune with nature. Another one that is really good is take something that's worthy of memorization and memorize it. I'm in Northern California. I'm about 90 miles north of Sacramento. I'm out here in a little county called Butte County. Butte. And so the next one is memorize scriptures to develop your soul. Okay, there's something to be said about memorization of scripture. Not only is it peaceful for you, still no sound. I don't know why. Is anybody else experiencing no sound? If you are, put it in the chat window or type the number 1 in the chat window if you're experiencing no sound. Again, memorize the scriptures because they take you into another realm. They take you into a positive realm. And the last one here on the list is recreate spiritual peace in quiet places. Again, go somewhere quiet, whether it's out in nature, whether it's in your prayer closet, whether it's taking a drive in the car and putting on some music that's nice and quiet and soothing. Take a break to take and do something quiet, and just isolate yourself with something quiet. Okay, I hope that there's no other sound problems because I don't see anybody saying that. So, Joanne, if you come back and watch this on the replay, I really appreciate if you let me know if there's still no sound because I don't want this to be no sound. Rashid, welcome, welcome. We're just wrapping up here. We're talking about positive coping skills, positive things you can do to cope. We don't want anybody going out and beating somebody up or being violent or being abusive to themselves or anyone else as a coping skill to deal with stress in life. So we will go on over to show you what Shannon is doing. I like to share out something somebody else is doing so that you can see the good things that are going on out there. Shannon is, her name on Periscope here is For Humanities, T's as in T-shirts. And she is a cancer survivor. She is helping people get their life back after cancer. And she has an event going on October 14th in Stockton, California. You can get live stream tickets if you can't get there physically. Go to bit.ly/IWillSurvive17 and get a live stream ticket for $27. If you can be there on October 14th in Stockton, California, be there by going to bit.ly/survive and thrive live and buy a ticket for $47. Shannon also has Sponsor the Big Cup is one of her things. And she's got this big cup here with a big old huge white space on it. She is sponsoring the big cup to help pay for this. I really appreciate those hearts, guys. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That's awesome. And sponsoring the big cup, you can go to bit.ly/survive and thrive sponsor, and you can sponsor the big cup, or you can just donate money. Either way, but she'll put your name and your logo and your saying on the cup and advertise during her scopes. If you want to be a vendor at her live event, go to bit.ly/survive and thrive vendor. And if you want to be a volunteer, go to bit.ly/survive and thrive volunteer. And to see the other good things that she's doing and other good causes that she's working with and for, go to bit.ly/fundraising for good. Once again, my name is Coach Dave. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I hope that you were able to pick something out of this that was good to you, good for you, and that you are able to take some positive measures to cope with the things in life that are trying to get you down, because we don't want you down. We want you to cope with those things and spring back up. So let me close out with this. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for coming to 6 at 6 Live with Coach Dave. We are broadcasting on 6 live social media websites, web streams at one time. And if you're seeing this on the replay or if you see it live, I appreciate if you swipe, follow, share, like, subscribe, especially on YouTube. I need YouTube subscribers. And tap hearts and invite followers. Once again, this is Coach Dave. Thank you for coming, and God bless. Have a good evening.